Good morning, students. Welcome to our social science class. Yesterday we have started a new chapter, chapter number 4, the Mughal Empire. In this chapter we will learn about the various Mughal empires during the Mughal era. Okay, we have started with the first Mughal empire, the Babur, then Humayun, and after that we have learned about Sher Shah Suri. So our next is Akbar the Great. Today we will know about Akbar the Great. So let's start with Akbar the Great. Who is Akbar? Akbar is a great Mughal ruler. Akbar is a great Mughal ruler. And what is the real name of Akbar? Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar. Akbar's real name is Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar. And he was the son of Humayun. He was born on 1556 when his father was in exile. So when he was made king at the age of 13 as he was a minor. So Ibrahim Bairam Khan became the guardian of the young Akbar. He fought his first battle which was called as the second battle of Panipat, and in this battle he defeated the other opponent called Hemu. Okay, and there is one biography written by Abul Fazl which he named Akbarnama. In this book we can learn about the history of Akbar and other aspects of the Akbar. Okay, so why Akbar is called a great Mughal emperor? There are many reasons why Akbar is called a great Mughal emperor. There are many reasons. The first reason is compassionate emperor. Compassionate emperor means he never insulted the rulers after defeating them. Whenever he had a fight or whenever he had a war with the opponents, after defeating them, he never insulted their enemy. He treated their enemies or opponents with dignity. So this made them a very great ruler. And the next is respect for all religions. He had a great respect for all religions. He treated all religions equally. So he started a new religion, Ibadat Khana. In this religion, he took the best out of the various religions and compiled in a one book called Ibadat Khana and started this religion comprising of various religions it is a mixture of various religions like Hinduism, Muslim and Buddhist, Christianity, Jainism. He followed the principle of universal peace. Okay, as he had a great respect for all religions, so he used to celebrate all religions like Diwali, Raksha Bandhan and other religions of Hindu as well. It means he was secular in nature. He had faith in all religions. Okay. So he also did one good thing, that he translated the holy books of Hindus like Mahabharata and Ramayana into Persian language. Okay. The next thing, what did he did great in his reign was he abolished the pilgrim tax on bathing. Earlier devotees had to pay a tax on holy places like Banaras or Prayag. Whenever they used to take a dip at the holy places, they had to pay a tax like pilgrimage tax. For Muslims, he also abolished one tax named as Jazia. So it had a great relaxation for Hindus as well as Muslims. He was very open-minded and ready to take the best from all religions. He never make any religions the more superior one. So that's why he never forbade his Hindu wives to follow his own rituals or customs or अपने religion को माने. He never forbade them to follow their religion or custom. So rest of the part will be discussed in the Zoom class. So that is all for the today. Go through the chapter and write down the character sketch of Akbar the Great in your notebook. Have a good day.